All right, so good morning. We are in the morning. Usually I don't post a video this early, but I am gonna do it today, this morning. So I wanted to talk about what it means when you're stuck in the same place. If you stay at level one, what it means within any organization that you're in. And this will make some sense here. So if you are level one for too long, basically everybody's gonna be passing you by, and some people are gonna feel like they're carrying your weight. You're like extra weight. At the same time, if you are living in secrecy, if you are living just like a ghost, you're not present anywhere. You're just like a shadow in and out of wherever you go. In that case, you won't have those issues that people would have, or someone in that situation stuck in level one would have within an organization. We know very well in this world that if you fail to move, you will get clamped on. If you fail to move, you will fall. If you fail to move, and I'm talking about not in that instant, I'm saying like you fail to move long term, it's typically you will fall prey to something or the other. Now, at the same time, if you're staying still, but let's say what I was doing was I just changed the subject in which I would be level one in. So I was constantly changing subjects and constantly moving from one group to another or one organization to another or whatever. Literally, like even my job, whatever the case was, that was the case. Um, Now, relating that to now, I feel like I've pretty much advanced a couple of levels. If not, we don't have a real measurement for anything, but we're gonna say like let's say I advanced a couple of levels for the first time. You see, when you fail to progress in a level, you just move on to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, and typically the first things that you choose are the ones that you are naturally more interested in and that you are magnetating towards. Me finding this now is like me just going back to the basics and going to what I'm drawn to and being successful at it enough to move forward. That's all it is. Does the world treat you much better when you're advancing? Yes. Yes. People say you always got to lose something to gain something. Things got to get bad, blah, blah, blah. That's not necessarily the case. But yeah, when you are advancing, initially, definitely there's a lot of backlash, a lot of negativity, not negative, a lot of just screwing with you, and screwing with you because of your advancement. But eventually, you're in the flow of things, you're moving, the world's moving, you're moving, and to be honest, everything is just cool. Advancing in the thing that you like first is better. You see, when we fail, there's a big expression about going back to the drawing board, right? And coming back or going into something else. It's not really a bad idea, right? And I thought that I was gonna be a ghost in level one, in whatever I did, forever. I really thought that that was gonna be the way that I was gonna be and that I was gonna live forever. Or for the rest of my life. That's what I really thought, right? As of today, I never thought this would ever be possible. I never ever thought that I could actually be present. I could actually be pushed. I never knew that. But then at the same time, I didn't know a lot of things. I didn't even know about my past enough. If I knew that much, I would have probably understood. As a baby, to live as a ghost, is something that I think almost anyone cannot do. Doing it is like kind of like anti-growth, and I've heard that a lot. People saying that even to me, that you are never gonna grow if you don't join us, if you don't do things with us and do what we say, you will never grow. And I would hear that from everyone all the time, that I would never grow and that I never grew in my life and that I never grow. And that was a fact. But I didn't, as much as I knew about myself, I didn't know enough about my past to know that what I was capable of, what life was like, and how I ended up being a ghost or being in that situation. It was only until I would say the last 6 months or something when I was introduced to these concepts, and I realized I kind of knew my whole story, right? I like they say, history is two words, his story, and I'm his, and it's my story. And had I known that, I would have had a better idea of how exactly I found myself in that dog collar or whatever I was in, that life, and to be out of it. I genuinely never thought that I would have gotten out of it, which I have today, in like the most dire and worst circumstances. And that's why, and out of that grew an opportunity that I thought I'd never have. And now I'm living a life that I thought I'd never live. And it's an actual life. It's bright. It's changing. I'm advancing. I'm doing better. And the world has difficulty fucking with you when you're already advancing and moving. As you know, a moving target is harder to shoot than a still target. And that just goes with the laws of physics or ballistics or whatever that is. So yeah, I'd like to wrap this up. Just conclude, kind of, why am I thinking of the word, no. I'm trying to find a conclusive end to this, which is wrong, because that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to wrap this up the best I can while using myself as the example, which is what I typically do. Anyways, so finally advancing is a breath of fresh air. It's finally up. I'm able to understand like what would have happened had I been advancing when I was a child, and I know that right now, and I'm able to reflect on my past and understand everything, and understand where I would have been had I been moving, and I would not have fallen. But life is life. That's what it is. That's what life is. And I'm just glad that after 30 years, my eyes are open. I'm moving forward. I have a good understanding, and I'm actually moving quite well with the world. I know the world is rotating and spinning on its axis like crazy, and days turn to nights really fast, and nights turn to days. And I'm just moving with everything, and that makes me a more real person, and puts me in reality and allows me to succeed when I thought I was failing, to actually succeed at that level. Now, obviously, as an adult, being a ghost is like a fucking fabulous life. As a child, it's not. It's very difficult. It's rough, and I'd say to have lived through that, it's not all that bad. It's just 30 years in hindsight, and to finally be out of it, I feel good. In fact, I think that experience has made me so much stronger and better, and that's the reason why I have such a propulsion from the last 2.5 months, when I just kind of started having a presence, and how I just went forward so fast. That propulsion was due to all that time being as a ghost, just becoming sharper and stronger and stronger and sharper, to the point that when I finally was introduced, I just shot off, That's enough for me. I want to say good morning again. We'll probably be going into mid-morning now, or late morning, and I will say goodbye again.